Just let me do the talking. Hey, I am Chuck the bureaucrat, and lately I've been giving you some basic battle drills that you and your family can use when you're traveling Space A so that your international travel is more successful and enjoyable. Today, I want to teach you a battle drill that my dad taught me when I was a kid. Now, you might remember from my video on the draft that my dad was a Vietnam-era guy and he had no intention of getting called up. He shaped just about everything he did from age 18 to about 29 based on getting a deferment from the draft. He went to college, he got a teaching degree, and he took a job in an underserved school district that, oh, by the way, was so far north in Vermont that he could see the Canadian border from his back porch. He one time told me that if he walked out his front door to the mailbox and he found a letter from the draft board, he was going to walk back in his house, walk straight out the back door and into Canada. But that's not all. He also spoke Canadian French, and he kept it sharp by working a summer job with Customs and Border Patrol. And that is where he learned the battle drill that I'm going to teach you today. See, back in the 60s, hippies would drive into Canada, buy marijuana, and then drive back into the US. Border Patrol was trying to put a stop to this, so they'd ask questions like, do you have any marijuana in the car? Or, are there any drugs in the car? Now, if there was a family in the car, dad's driving, kids are sitting in the back, when they asked this question, they wouldn't look at the driver. They'd look at the kids sitting in the back seat. Because you and I both know that if he asked Dad if there are any drugs in the car, he's just going to say, oh, certainly not, officer. But if the kids know that there are drugs in the car and they hear their father lie about it, they're going to react. They're going to look surprised. If the agent sees that kind of a response from the kids, hey, let's do a random check on this car. So years later, my dad took the whole family on this cross-country trip to Yellowstone National Park. And because we were passing through a gate into the park, he tells us this. Look, I got a loaded .357 Magnum underneath the driver's seat. When we go through that gate, the agent is going to ask us if there are any guns in the car. I'm going to say no. Your job is to just sit in the back seat, reading your comic book, and not look up no matter what happens. This has been a basic battle drill that my family has used for years every time we approach a checkpoint. The only person who is going to talk to the agent is the driver. Everybody else pretends like nothing is happening, even if the agent speaks directly to somebody else in the car. They don't react unless the driver repeats the question. Now listen, I'm not bringing drugs or guns into a foreign country, and I'm sure not recommending that you do. But you would be amazed how poorly actions at a checkpoint can go when someone in the car suddenly starts helping. You want to keep it smooth, simple, and professional. Remember, that agent is a bureaucrat just like you. He wants his workday to be as uneventful as you want passing through that checkpoint to be. So don't create drama where it doesn't benefit you. Now, if you want to see where making a scene is exactly the right thing to do, watch this video.